You filed your company tax return before 30th June 2026 because you thought that was your deadline, and then KRA charged you with a penalty of 20,000 for late filing. So what went wrong? In this video, I will explain why different companies have different tax filing deadlines and how to know the correct deadline for your company. So how does KRA determine when a company should file its corporate tax return? The deadline is based on the company's accounting period. So KRA requires the corporate tax return to be filed within 6 months after the end of that accounting period. So why is 30th June the date we normally hear? It's because the majority of companies use an accounting period that runs from 1st January to 31st December. So for companies using this accounting period, the 6-month filing period ends on 30th June of the following year. But this is where many people get caught, or many companies get caught. The 30th of June is not automatically the deadline for every company. So how do you determine your company's tax filing deadline? The first thing you need to check is your accounting period. For example, if your accounting period ends in June, this means your accounting period runs from 1st of January of the previous year to 30th of June of the current year. So your previous accounting period in this case, it would have been from July 1st, 2024 up to June 2025. That was the one that you were filing by the deadline of 30th June 2026. So for that accounting period, your corporate tax return was due by 31st December 2025, which is 6 months after the end of June. So after the end of June 2025, you should have filed by 31st December 2025. So this means that if you filed that return at any time in 2026, like after December, that is from January 2026 up to June 2026, you are already late, even though you thought that the deadline was 30th June 2026. So your current accounting period is now July 2025. That is 1st of July 2025 up to June 2026. So you already finished another year before those people who are in the current year of January to December 2026. Your year is already done in this case. So your tax should be filed by 31st December 2026. That is 6 months after June 2026. So take note of that. And that's why maybe if you filed between the year of 2026, you got a penalty of 20,000. Yet you thought you are on time. You are not on time. So that is what determines your tax filing deadline. So the key is to first identify your company's accounting period and then count 6 months from the end of that period to determine your filing deadline. Now, let me show you two different companies and their accounting periods so that you can see how to determine or how their corporate tax filing deadlines are determined. We will look at the accounting period for each company and then we shall determine the corresponding filing deadline. Once you're logged into the iTax portal, for Company A, we start with Company A, go to Registration, and then Taxpayer Profile, and select View Taxpayer Profile. Under Applicant Type, you select Taxpayer, and then click Submit. So in this information, under Section A, Basic Information, you'll see the accounting period end month. So for this company, the accounting period end month is June. This means that the company's current accounting period runs from 1st July 2025 to 30th June 2026, and the corporate tax return for this period is due by 31st December 2026. So from 1st July this year, which is this month, which is last month, sorry, this company should have filed their returns. They can start filing their returns from 1st July up to December 2026. That is their deadline. If they file on January 2027, they'll get a penalty. So now let's try filing the return and see what happens. So you'll follow the same process that we use for filing returns, and then definitely select income tax company as usual. That iTax is allowing us to file for the period of 1st July 2025 to 30th June 2026. So this return is due by 31st December 2026. So as long as the company files by this date, it will not have any late filing penalty. So now let's look at company B. You follow the same process. I will not repeat the process, but you can follow the same process. Then here we can see that the accounting period end month is December. This means that the company's accounting period runs from January 1st of January to 31st of December. 6 months after the end of December gives us 30th June of the following year as the corporate tax filing deadline. For example, for the current accounting period, which is ending on 31st December 2026, this company will file its corporate tax return from January 2027 with a filing deadline of 30th June 2027. And this is what we normally see. Like when we hear the deadline is 30th June, that is what it means. It's because the accounting period ends in December, add 6 months. Now let's try filing the return for company B. So follow the same process. Go to File Returns, then select Income Tax Company. And then you'll get this notification showing that the company, the return can only be filed after 31st December 2026. It can only be filed in 2027. This simply means the accounting period, you cannot file your returns in between your accounting period. It has to come to an end and then you file your return in the following year from the first month of that year. So this means that this company's return for the 2026 period is not yet due, but it will be filed from 1st of January 2027 and their deadline will be 30th June 2027. So that is how we simply determine your tax filing deadline. So take note that your company's accounting period is determined when registering your KRA PIN. So some companies may have an accounting period that is ending in June, while others may have the accounting period ending in July, in August, in December, or any other month that you put when registering your KRA PIN. Maybe someone registered for you the KRA PIN and you didn't know the details they inserted when registering. That's why it is very important to check your company's tax profile and stay updated on your accounting period, and then you will know your tax filing deadline. But if your company is new and you would like to change your accounting period, then maybe you want it to align with the January to December accounting period, you can visit your KRA office or center for assistance with the process. This can help you align your filing deadline to 30th of June, and then you'll be able to avoid unnecessary late filing penalties. And if you want to stay updated on important KRA changes, filing deadlines, and other tax updates, you can also join the RM Accounting Solutions membership. As a member, you'll get access to additional updates and information to help you stay informed and compliant. The membership link is available below this video. So I hope this video has helped you to understand how you got that 20,000 penalty even though you filed your returns before that 30th June deadline. So if you found this video helpful, remember to like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with another business owner who may need this information. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.